Hey Norm, Sconabake here. March 18th, day after St. Patty's Day 2023. Somehow we survived the crypto crash of 2022, and my bots are actually doing better than they did in uh, when I first started at the beginning of 2022. So a lot of exciting things happening. Version 2 of Dan Hollings, the plan will be coming out in the next couple of months, so that's really exciting. And I just wanted to make a quick summary, um, point out some of the highlights of why I love this program and why you should consider it if you are interested in an additional source of income. This is a very passive income. It takes very little time. Once you've done the course to set up a what are called the auto grid trading bots for cryptocurrency. Um, this is something not available in stock trading unless you're like a multi-million or billion-dollar hedge fund. They do high-frequency trading. They have millions of dollars of computers. They pay millions of dollars to analysts and computer programmers, statisticians, or whatever they're called, the statistics guys. So we can, with cryptocurrency, which part of the point of Bitcoin was to sort of level the playing field, that all people can achieve wealth or financial freedom, not just the ultra rich families that have traditionally tried to control the money systems on Earth. So, like I'm using the basic subscription of this particular software. It's only about $60 a month compared to millions and millions of dollars per month or year to run hedge fund high frequency trading. Anyway, it's hard to appreciate until you actually have the system yourself and you're doing it with live money, because you've never had anything like this before. And it's real, it works, it's simple. The course takes a week to 2 weeks part-time. I know the course, Dan has been adding material and adding material as things have come out, so there's a lot more information now than when I first took the course. It took me about a week part-time, evenings and weekend. And I did go through it twice, as he recommends you do. Then you start practicing with demo bots, is like paper money. The program will simulate your grid trading depending on what the market is doing. It's not exactly the same as live bots because you're not making real trades, and there's a lot that goes on to making those real trades. You have these market maker guys that make decisions moment by moment, what coins and tokens are going to trade at, depending on supply and demand. So, but it gives you a good idea how a particular coin might be performing if you were to create a live bot with your real money. So, without further ado, let's take a look. Again, I'm just going to point out, it's going to be a simple presentation. It's not too long. I can't, I wanted to show, you're going to see the basic interface, what grid bot trading looks like, at least in this particular program we use. Dan Hollings tested for over 4 years all different systems out there, not just grid trading but other systems, millions of dollars, tens of thousands of different bots and settings. And when you take his course, you learn the settings that he found were the most profitable. And by the time you're done with the course, it's very simple. It takes like 5 minutes to set up a bot, as many people would attest to. And he's an awesome teacher. He teaches at a very nice, slow pace. It's very simple. You don't have to know complex math, statistics, or anything, and most of the features that you'll see in the basic interface, you don't need to know. That particular software has a lot of different features, but we don't need to use them all. So anyway, just keep that in mind, and let's take a look. All right, so here we have the main window when you get into the system for automatic grid bot crypto trading. I can't tell you the name of the website or the brand of the software. That's protected under a non-disclosure agreement when you sign up for the course. But if you really wanted to do your research, you could probably figure it out, but you would never know the correct settings, to make a decent profit. That's Dan Hollings tested this system and other systems for over 4 years, millions of dollars, thousands of bots, and found the best settings. And actually, they will be coming out with a version 2 and shortly. Not sure exactly when, maybe next month, but if not, in a couple months. So that should be very interesting. He's got my curiosity, exactly what that will entail. And so here you can see these are my live bots. I have 4 bots right now. The ones that we're using, you can start with a minimum of about $1,500. So you can see the values of each of these bots are a little less than that. VGX is quite a bit less. It dropped quite a bit since I started the bot, and it's been very active. There's the beginning, so you can see it starts somewhere up here. It's a little lower, but look at all the activity. It's been phenomenal. These dots, when the price goes up a little bit, the software will sell some of your cryptocurrency, and when the price drops a little bit, those are the green dots. It will buy some at a lower price. So it's constantly selling at a higher price, buying at a lower price. I mean, that's in simplistic terms. So again, the red dots, it sold some of your crypto that you bought at a lower price, and the green dots and the green lines, it's buying a little crypto at a lower price. And if we look down here, in 5 months, it's made about 1,000 trades per month for VGX, very active. If you were to, the average daily profit column is where you can see the most easiest, I guess, if that's proper grammar, how each one is performing the daily profit. So we have Koval is doing almost $7 a day. I forgot what SYN is, if that's synthetic, whatever. $11 a day, almost 7 here with FET, and then VGX almost $8 a day. So if you were to add that up, that's like this Koval and VGX real quick, that's like $15 plus 11, 26, plus say 6 for FET, it's 32-ish. $32 a day times 30, you're looking at a little over $900 a month, with what was originally a $6,000 investment. So it shows you the value of the bots right now. The prices on the market of the coins dropped a bit, so it's not $6,000 total, it's $5,400 right now. But it's made, again, some of these are only about 2 months old. VGX has been around for 5 months, but in that time it's made almost $2,300 profit. Um, Total P&L, profit and loss, maybe, I don't know, whatever the P&L stands for, but that takes into consideration how much money the bot has made, which again is over here, this column, but then what the value of your bot, that where you started, these were all about $1,500, but now they're lower, so it's subtracting that drop in value of the bot from the total profit, and that's what you see here. And you learn in the course. I can't show you. If I clicked on here, you would see the settings. I'm not allowed to show you that because of non-disclosure agreement. When you take the course, it takes, let's say part-time, you could probably do the course in about a week. Evenings and on the weekend, but it's highly recommended that you go through the course twice. The course has gotten bigger. There's more material now than when we started over a year ago. So maybe it would take a bit longer, but everything's at a very easy pace. Dan Hollings has a wonderful way of teaching, very calmly, slowly, so it's very easy to follow. Of course, you can always go back and replay a moment if you didn't catch something. And it's enjoyable. He makes it fun. You don't have to learn everything that you see that's possible in this system and on the Windows. What we actually need to do to set up our bot is very simple. Like most people will tell you, it takes just a couple of minutes once you pick the coin that you want to start a bot with. It might take you longer to do research, going on the internet and different sources of news and information about different coins. That could take as long as you are interested in doing research. But once you decide what coin you want to start a bot with, it just takes a couple of minutes to set it up. And then you don't have to do anything. The software just automatically does the trading for you. Here we can see Koval. Well, I kind of compressed this. So this is only 15 days old in 8 hours. And then you have, in green, you have the percentage of daily bot profits. So it might not look like much, but if you multiply that by 30 days, that's pretty significant. I don't know if I can get it on the screen here. 0.0044 times 30 days is 13% per month profit. So that was looking at Koval. So it's actually very phenomenal, the profit percentage that you get from each bot. VGX bot profit, we're looking at almost 71%, which is amazing. Look at the total. Some bot profit up here, 36%. And so next, that's pretty much all I can show you. Well, let's see. I'm gonna try to, if I can, I'll have to make another video for that. I was just going to show the, you can see the actual transaction log, the small micro transactions it's making, but they changed the interface. I would have to go into the, it looks like different section that probably has information that I'm not allowed to show you. So Just to give you some idea, typically with these size bots, 1500, the microtransactions each time it trips one of these little wires has been, you know, somewhere around 30 to 50 cents per sale profit. Of course, if you started the original bots that we started with before the crash were $3,000 bots, so if we doubled this amount here now, then say if the microtransaction was about 50 cents profit per sale trade, then it would be about $1. So it scales up. If this was a $10,000 bot, then it'd be that much more. Of course, there are some limits because there's only so much of a particular coin being traded. So that's pretty much all I'm going to do here. And then I'm going to paste together the kind of a record of the bots that I started, starting with one bot and then two and then three up to four, so you can see what it was actually like for me to start my first real bots. To give you some idea what kind of profit they've been making. And I started the course and started to actually trade a real bot at the around February, March of 2022, just as the crash was starting. So you'll see my first bot was a avalanche bot, or bot. It was $3,000 initial bot. AVAX was selling at $100 a coin, and then it started to crash, and the price kept dropping to it went as low as 13. I closed out that bot somewhere around $17-20 a coin. So I lost, I don't know what it was. It was maybe 80% of that investment. It was probably only worth about $500, that bot, when I sold the coins. But that was my choice. I didn't have to. I could have just let that bot sit there until the price eventually climbed, but it looked like that would be a very long time. So I just wanted to move on and start. We had these new bots, new settings and everything, that I just want to start fresh. So that's all for this, and then I'm going to put together the kind of a history of my first 4 bots. Okay, so here you can see the full history of my first bot, AVAX Avalanche. I started it mid-February after doing the course and practicing with demo bots, and you can see it was very active. It had a lot of wiggles, what we want, volatility, price going up and down, so it cuts across the grid lines, buying and selling, making all those micro transactions. But then you can see April, the crash of 2022 really started to take hold, and the price kept plunging. Nobody knew what was going to happen, but it just kept going till it hit the bottom mid-June. And at that point, I closed the bot and started what we call, or what Dan calls, a bottom feeder bot in a different range. So you'll see that next. Here is the new bottom feeder bot for AVAX. So you could see the range. It's at much lower price range, between $10 and $24, since the price had dropped 80% or whatever the percent is. Excuse me. So yeah, so I took the loss from the original bot and started over. That's throughout the course and before people are signed up on the course, the presentations describing Dan Hollings, the planned course, he repeats over and over, never invest money in crypto that you can't afford to lose. So, and that's really important because nobody predicted that crash. Everybody, part of the reason of the crash is everybody was saying Bitcoin would go to 100,000 a coin, and it didn't. And I lost, oh, I don't know, $2,500 or so. But here, I started over, picked myself up, wiped, dusted myself off, and here you can see um, the bottom feeder bot for AVAX. Here's my next bot. Koval was very active. Um, what do we have here? 0.62% daily profit. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I don't think you even get that per year from your bank these days. They show like 1%, but it's actually 1% of 1%, whatever. So this is 0.6% per day times 30 would be, if hopefully I'm not wrong, 18% per month-ish. So that had a lot of wiggle. You can see that spike, what I call a tuning fork spike. I don't know what causes it. Only the people that cause it know, whether it's a pump and dump scheme, just raving about it. It's somewhere in some forum or whatever, or somebody just decides they want to buy a lot of it. But it's nice while it first starts, but it will taper off. So that was my next bot. I closed the AVAX. This had a better wiggle rate in the demo bots, so I replaced the other one. But it was still, just that initial investment of about $1,500. Then I went to VGX, I think is Voyager. This has been my longest bot, 5 months now. Very nice wiggle. When you look at the average daily, it was 1.4% per day. So that's like 45% per month. It's phenomenal. Of course, these things, they don't usually last forever. On the website, you would see Mir was doing, I think, over $100 a day for like 9 days. That was very unusual, and I don't know why it was doing that, but it was. So you learn in the course how you can see which coins are wiggling a lot, and you put them in your demo thing, see how they do in our system with our settings, and then if it continues, you can put it into your live bots with real money. So VGX has been very good. I've been happy with it. So here I added a second coin. Basically, I've been working my ass off, working overtime on my job to have additional money to start more bots on my job. Sad to say, but I drive buses for a particular county, and the base pay isn't enough. It's not a living wage. You have to work overtime, and my age, 65, it's pretty tiring. So the goal is for me to replace my overtime income, which I'm almost there now with my 4 bots. You'll see later that's, or maybe I mentioned it, that they're making about $900 a month. So that's kind of like my overtime pay after all the deductions. So we're almost there, which is nice. Here I added the second coin. Gods was doing well. You can see the average daily percentage was 1.73. That's per day. Is phenomenal. That lasted for a while. You can see there was a lot of wiggle. It had that sort of spike And then again, like a tuning fork, it slowly quiets down till on the far right there you see it's more of just a side channel, which is very typical, but we still make money with the side channel. Um, but I think I moved on after that. We'll see next. So, okay, so now we have VGX and God still. You can see like VGX is highlighted in that bluish color, the strip. So the dots that you see above in the graph, or the graph you see above, is VGX. And yeah, I had a lot of wiggle. That again, I'm still running VGX. So at this point, the total bot profit was $640 for 2 months, 6 days. But you can see, the value of the coins in the bot, the value of the VGX coins dropped about $200 since I started the bot. So it's showing $1,300 is the value of the bot, the coins, and also some US dollars are assigned to the bot. We're at 0.64% daily, which is nice. It was doing almost $10 a day. Very nice. Gods, you could see, is quieting down. You don't see the graph, but you can see it's doing $3.77 per day, 0.2% per day. So I think that was doing quite a bit more before, but then on the right you can see all the transactions they've been doing. 1,500 in 2 months and 29 days for Gods, 2,684 transactions for 2 months and 6 days for Voyager. Alright, so now here I've added SYN, and as you have more bots, you can use some of the profit from the other bots to fund your next bot. I've been doing kind of a balancing act. I did put the course on a credit card, so I'm kind of using some of the profit and my overtime paid to pay down the credit card debt of the course, and using some of my overtime money and the profit on the bots to create more bots. So right now my goal is to reach $2,000 per month profit, and then for it's like Dan says, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It takes time. I didn't have a lot of money when he first offered the course to people he knew. A lot of them started with $10,000 or $20,000, but the bots were $3,000 per bot at that time. I felt kind of bad for them because none of them knew the crash was going to happen. So if they didn't close out their bots quickly at the beginning of the crash and sell their coins before they dropped a lot, they probably lost a lot of money. Not all the coins dropped like AVAX did. Certain coins didn't really drop that much at all, like XRP and Cardano. So anyway, here we have 3 bots. Synthetic was doing pretty good. Well, it's doing all right. $5 a day. It's nothing to rave about, but that's not too bad. Okay, so here I added ACH. This I didn't keep very long. That looked really good in the system has recommendations, and then I put it in my demo bot. But I only kept it a little while. I don't know why it wasn't really performing that well as a live bot. So you'll see shortly. We move on to, let's see. Well, here we have again Koval. That kept showing up in with members of the course. There's a monthly show that they conduct. It's a live show. I don't get to see it live, but they record it so you can watch it later. And Koval kept popping up. They have people vote which of their coins are performing really well, and it all shows up on a screen. The bigger the coin is displayed, the word symbol, the more people voted that. So I added Koval after appraising that. You test it in a demo, in the demo bots first before you use real money. And again, I use some of my profit from the other bots and a little bit of money, whatever, from my overtime. So now I have 4 live bots, and they're doing, if you were to add up their daily profit, we have $7.19, $11, $6.68, $7.91. So I think that comes out to about $32 a day. Is about a little over $900 a month pre-tax. The other thing is you will need to use a tax program to report your crypto trading. We use coin tracking. There's a relationship with an accounting firm. They if you purchase coin tracking on your own, it's about $1,000 a year for unlimited because you're doing thousands and thousands of transactions. But with this accounting firm, they have an agreement, and the co-founder also provides them a lot of information and instruction and guidance for that program itself. So they have a deal. You paid them $500 for the course. They created a course how to use coin tracking for this system. So they charge $500 for that, and then they can get you a license for $500. So it comes out the same as far as the $1,000 a year to do your taxes, but then you really know how to use that coin tracking software, and it just makes it so much easier. I would recommend when you first start doing this program, stick with one crypto exchange. Don't start doing a lot of decentralized exchange stuff, DEX. Just make it really simple so you won't be overwhelmed. It was pretty overwhelming, and you don't want to mess with the IRS or whoever you owe taxes to. So there you go. I hope that helps. This gives you an idea how you can build up your bots. I didn't have a lot of money to start 5 or 10 bots all at once. Again, you only invest money that you can afford to lose, and don't just buy coins with credit cards, because then what happens if there is a crash and all the prices drop, and your bots might not make enough profit for you to cover your credit card payments and interest and all that. So that's where a lot of these other guys got in trouble with leveraging and buying a margin, thinking Bitcoin was going to go to 100,000 a coin and everything else would rise along with it, and that never happened, and it went from 67,000 down to like 20,000. So we had exchanges that went bankrupt, people are going to jail and all this stuff. Banks, was it just this past week, some banks had to close because, not all totally because of cryptocurrency, but that had some to do with it. So definitely don't use credit cards. It's very tempting when you see how much profit you're making. 10% a month for my bots was very typical. Well, my wheels started turning. Wow, 10% a month. I could, just get a whole bunch more bots using my credit card, and I'm only paying whatever per month interest on that, and it's just not a good idea. It could get yourself in trouble. I'm glad I didn't, because I had no idea we would have that big crash. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope that helps a little bit. We'll be announcing when the new course comes out, version 2. It's very exciting news. I can't wait to see it. Um, and again, if you're looking for an additional side passive income, there's nothing easier and more fun than this. The course makes it very easy to learn, and then it's so simple to actually implement it, to set up these bots. Is simple, silly, and it works. The software just keeps making these trades for you automatically, and the money just keeps coming in. So it's very exciting. I hope you take a serious look at it. Take care.